Hey guys, Stephen Cox here, and today we're going to learn how to play the U-bass along with piano players. So if you like videos like these, please hit subscribe below and consider becoming a patron for the sheet music for this and other lessons. So the first thing we need to know is the names of the notes on the U-bass and on the piano. So let's start with the U-bass. We don't need to know every single note all the way up the neck, so we're going to learn from the open E string to the 4th fret, then to the 4th fret on the A string, and the first couple of frets on the D string, so that we have one full octave of notes. So the open E is an E note. That's why it's called the E string. So then if we do the 1st fret on the E string, that's an F. The 2nd fret on the E string is an F sharp. The 3rd fret on the E string is a G. And the 4th fret on the E string is a G sharp. Now we're going to go on to the A string. Open A is an A note. Then the 1st fret on the A string is an A sharp. The 2nd fret on the A string is a B. The 3rd fret on the A string is a C. And the 4th fret on the A string is a C sharp. So now we've got the open D string is a D. The 1st fret on the D string is a D sharp. And the 2nd fret on the D string is an E, just like the open E, but an octave higher. So now we have a full range of notes, a full octave of notes, so we're going to go over to the piano and learn the same thing on the piano. So now it's time to learn the same notes on the piano. First, we're going to find the groupings of black keys. We've got groups of 2 and groups of 3 keys. So first we're going to find the group of 2 black keys, and we're going to move 1 white key to the right of the group. That's our E. From here, we just go up in the same order that we did on bass. So we start with E. We go up 1 key, that's F. Then we go up to the black key next to that, that's F sharp. We go up to the white key next to that, that's G. We go up to the black key next to that, that's G sharp. Then the white key is A, then A sharp, then B, then C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and last but not least we end on E. So now to expand that to the whole rest of the piano, in case the piano player is playing up high rather than down low, we are going to use those groupings to help us out again. So notice that this is a group of 2 black keys, and just to the right is E. Well, the next grouping of 2 black keys, you go just to the right, it's E. The next grouping of 2 black keys, not the grouping of 3, but grouping of 2, you go to the right, and that's still an E. So you can basically figure out all these notes in relation to E, or you can figure out all these notes in relation to the groups of black keys. So for instance, F would be 1 to the left of the group of 3 black keys. Just skipping around. A is going to be in between the upper 2 of the group of 3 black keys. So you can just memorize them like that, and then that really helps. So go ahead and go through that a little bit if you're not familiar with piano, and try to get used to it. And if it's just too much to work on, if you have a keyboard at home, you could use a dry erase marker and write the names of the notes on the keys. So now that we know the names of the notes, how does this help us in knowing what to play on bass? Well, basically, we're going to find the leftmost note that the piano player is playing, and right now we're just going to play that on bass. So let's say a piano player is playing a chord progression like this. We're really just going to look at the left hand on this part to know what to play on bass. So the left hand was playing, which was C, G, A, and F. And if we want to, since we know that those were all chords, we could decide if it was C major or minor by if it sounds happy or sad. So that's a C major chord, G major chord. That one sounds a little sad, so that's A minor, and then F major. So if we want to keep it simple, we can just play the root notes. If we wanted to make a line out of that, since that's so simple, our line wouldn't clash with it if we decided to use arpeggios in order to make a line. So if you're curious on how to do that, I'm going to link how to do arpeggios up above. So just click on that video if you want to know that. And I'll probably put it in the description as well. So if we're playing chords and they have a left hand part here, it's best to double what the left hand is doing, because if you play too much, it might clash with what's going on down here if they're sustaining the notes. And then also, if they're playing a bass line down here, you probably want to just double the bass line for the same reason that it would get too muddy if you tried to make up another line using the same chords. So, for instance, if they were playing... you'd want to do what their left hand was doing there, which is kind of a country line. So now let's try to figure out what to play with this next progression. It's going to have 4 chords in it, and basically I just want you to listen to it the first time through the 4 chords. That means there'll be 4 notes on the left hand, and then I want you to try to play it along on the bass on the second time around. I'll let you know when the second time around is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the second time. If you didn't get it, let's try it one more time. And we'll end on the F. So were you able to get the chords? If not, I'm going to put them on the screen now. So let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just do it one more time. And end on the F. So now let's do the example that has the country line. So this time we're going to have to follow a quicker set of notes on the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, you just want to double the bass line in these scenarios. And then if you want to have a little bit more freedom, you can talk to the keyboard player about not playing the left hand or not playing in that lower octave so that you can make up a bass line using arpeggios and understanding the knowledge with the chords. And all of this stuff you can find in a video up here called How to Learn Songs on the Spot. Now, this doesn't always work for every single song, because some songs and some styles use what's called rootless voicings on the piano. So the piano player is essentially staying out of your way already, and it's best to just kind of know these songs because they're hard to hear by ear. So a lot of jazz players won't play the root note in their chord voicings to leave room for you to walk and improvise a bass line underneath, but you still need to know the chords in those situations. So I hope this helps you guys get started on playing with the piano player. Alright guys, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to play along with piano players. Please like and subscribe and consider becoming a patron. I'll see you guys next Tuesday.